Miniature Market has thousands of board games at discounted prices. Click the direct link below to see all of those discounted games. Hello my friends! Coming up shortly is Gencon 2025 in Indy. I've already released my top 10 most anticipated games for Gencon. Check out that video if you haven't seen it before. But this one is the top 10 games that I've already played because I'm fortunate enough to get some early copies of things that are releasing at Gencon. I've had a chance to play a bunch of these things. Many of these would have made my anticipated list, but because I've already played them, I'm putting them on a list that's, in my opinion, more tried and true, which means these are games I've already played and I can highly recommend that you go check out at Gencon. So here we go.
Number 10.
Number 10 is a two-player small little abstract game called High Tide. This is from Underdog Games. Cute little games, tiny little footprint. In this game, you're basically trying to stack your colors. You're either going to be red, blue or pink, and you're going to basically be stacking your tokens. You'll be stacking them to an adjacent pile, assuming you can sort of remove them by sliding them out. You can then put them on an adjacent pile even higher, which is why it's called High Tide. You're trying to get on top, because at the end of the round, you look down from the top, and whoever's color you can see more of, they win the round. You're trying to win 3 rounds. It's like each little game is like 5 minutes, and then each little round, and then you play till someone wins 3 of them. But it's pretty interesting because you've got neutral colors, you've got your colors, your opponent's colors. You're trying to stack. It's other than the setup, it's a no luck abstract game. And the interesting thing here is that not only are you trying to stack, but when you move things, you're looking at what's underneath them. And that's the big trick of this game, is trying to get your brain to understand, hey, if I move this and stack this over here, what am I leaving when I do that? What can happen next? And it allows you to think like 2 or 3 turns ahead of what might happen. So if you like no luck abstracts, it's weird because it's kind of like a cozy game, but at the same time, it's a very crunchy, thinky game. But it's pretty quick. If you're looking for a quick abstract, High Tide from Underdog Games.
Number 9.
Number 9 is Ofrenda. This is from Osprey Games. In this game, essentially you're making an altar and you're trying to light up portraits of your loved ones that you've lost over the years. And in this game, it is a very puzzly game, similar to say like a Calico, if you will, where you're going to be drafting cards. You're going to be placing them in different spots in your pyramid, which is going to be your altar. And certain things are going to be scoring depending on different things, different attributes. This one doesn't want green cards, green pictures anywhere near them. This one needs a pink card next to them and things like that. And so you're trying to solve this puzzle by putting things there, but you're also going to put candles in between things, which if you're able to light it, then essentially you're trying for a specific goal, and it has specifics of the 3 cards that are next to it. There's a little interesting currency of drafting the cards that you want. Some of that currency points at the end, but you can also use them to do other things. So if you liked a puzzly style, like a crunchy puzzle like Calico, but you want it to feel different, because this is similar to Calico, but at the same time it's very different, Ofrenda is one of those.
Number 8.
Next one is from Pandasaurus Games. It's called Paper World. This is a little filler where you're essentially building up a 3x3 tableau. And this game's interesting because on your turn, you're either taking cards or playing cards. When you take cards, you can take all the same color, like, hey, I'm going to take all the greens. Or you can take all the same number. I'm going to take all the 2s. And you put them in your hand. Now, you've got a hand limit, but on your on the future turn, you can play cards. You can play all the 2s you want or all the colors you want. And you're putting them down, but everything gets stacked from 1, 2, 3, 4, and then finally 5. The higher the stack, the more points you're going to get. So you're trying to find the right time to place things down, how to stack them, how to line them up, because there's also 3 different goals every game, and those goals change, and there's all different things like, hey, having all the 1s everywhere, or having the diagonal that looks like this, or having all different ways. So you're building to try to get points, but you're also building for the racing for those goals. It's a very streamlined, very quick sort of 30-minute filler game that you could play casually, but at the same time, if you put your mind to it, you can actually play this at a deeper level by knowing what's played, remembering what cards went under things. It's a really clever and cozy little filler game, Paper World.
Number 7.
This next one is Orbit from Bitewing Games. This is a Reiner Knizia new design that I recently reviewed. And in this game, essentially, it's a race. You're trying to race your ship to all the different planets and then land back on your own planet. Now you're going to be playing cards that are going to allow you to move yourself. You're going to be moving planets around, and you're trying to move them. They have a predetermined way they're moving, but sometimes you can flip the directions they're going in. And so this game can be pretty mean, where you're messing with other people. As soon as they're about to get to a planet, you can move it on them. Because you have multi-use cards. It tells you how far you can move, but also which planets you're moving. And you can also like build up your hand size. There's some comboing you can do on your own player board. But it's a race, and it's fun, and it's a very streamlined rule set, as Ranakicha usually does, but lots of depth. But it is one of those ones, it's quite mean. So if you don't like a lot of player interaction, probably not for you. But if you do, and you like races around in orbit, check this one out. It's called Orbit from Bitewing Games.
Number 6.
Next one is a cooperative game called Alibis. This is from All Play. Now, this is, if you like games like Codenames and So Clover, this game is similar to sort of both of those, where cooperatively, you are going to have two suspects that are yours, and you're trying to create an alibi for them because they're innocent. And so there'll be words, each of those suspects have words, and you're trying to come up with a one-word clue that links those two words, while making sure that your word doesn't link other words that might be misconstrued for a different suspect. Because once everyone's done that, everyone flips over their words, and everyone is trying to figure out which two suspects belong to which people. Because if you get all that right, there's going to be one left over, and that's the perpetrator for the round. And so you're going to be getting points by having other people guess your two numbers that you're trying to get them to guess, and you'll be getting points for every player that guesses the perpetrator, which is the one no one had, meaning you all did pretty good. Basically, you're going to play 3 rounds, and you get a score depending on how well you're doing. If you liked So Clover and you liked Codenames, this is the same vein. However, this is a smaller box. It's probably easier to teach. It's faster to get going, and there's less downtime, especially with more players, than So Clover, if you will. So this kind of almost replaced So Clover for me in that regard, and that is Alibis.
Number 5.
The next one is Micro Macro Kids. Now, before you turn this off, yes, it is designed for kids, but it's mainly designed for kids because Micro Macro Crime City was a Spiel des Jahres winner, and it's a very good game. This is going to be at the Hachette Games booth. And the original games were great, but some of the content of the cases were not suitable for kids. So here they made cases like, hey, who stole the sausage type of thing. And these are kid-friendly ones. And the map is smaller than the original. However, it doesn't mean that adults won't like it. I've played many of the easier ones, medium ones, and the harder ones in this, obviously with adults, and it still works really well. Actually, the second to last case still took us 25 minutes to finish. And so don't write this off as, hey, this is only going to be played with kids. If you like the Micro Macro series and you wanted to play with kids, or even if you didn't and you've played all the Micro Macro ones and you wanted another set, this is one to check out, Micro Macro Kids, Crazy City Park.
Number 4.
This next one is called Zenith. This is a 2 or 4 player game, but the 4 player game is a team game. So this is basically a 2-player game. Very good. This was on the recommended list for the Kennerspiel, I believe, for the Spiel des Jahres. Now this game is basically a tug of war, where you are tugging on different planets, and you're trying to get like 3 of the same planet. If you pull those off, you win. Or 5 different planets, you win. So there's different like immediate win conditions that you'll need to do to win, and you know that. And as they get closer and closer to victory, you're trying to stop your opponent by focusing on things. But it's a card game, right? You're drawing cards, you're playing cards to take their abilities, to gain currency and things like that. But as you build up columns of cards, they're also giving you discounts on different things that you could do by pulling that planet closer to you. You can also go to different tracks and gain abilities that, like a tech tree, that give you better and better abilities as you go. Or you can get a bigger hand limit and some one-time abilities. So there's different places that you can play cards, all giving you different ways, but it's really at hand a tug of war with some interesting card play and some engine building. Very good game, Zenith.
Number 3.
Number 3 here, I just reviewed this, and it's called Jungo from Happy Camper Games. These are the guys that brought us Trio, which is really good. Also Combo, which was the re-implementation of Surfosaurus Rex. Fun little card game. This is called Jungo. In my review, I basically said, Jungo is the reason why I'm never going to play Scout again. Now, granted, I was never a huge fan of Scout, but this is a card shedding game that is so fun and so quick. where basically you're trying to get rid of all your cards. You're playing sets of cards of the same number. But in this game, when you beat something, if you want to, you get to pick up all the cards that you beat, not just one, like in Scout, and not only when you don't play something, like in Scout. You get to actually play cards and then pick up cards, double the fun. All your turns are exciting, beating something, deciding whether you want to take it, putting them anywhere in your hand, because you can only play cards that are next to each other in your hand, similar to Scout. So it's got some similarities to Scout, but it's way more fun. It's way more streamlined. It's way easier to teach, and I think it's way more fun. If you like card shedding games, playing cards, taking cards, maybe not taking them. If you can't play, maybe drawing a card, and then all of a sudden you might be able to play something. It's really fun. Jungo is an excellent card shedding game. It's light, but it's fun.
Number 2.
Number 2 is from Thunderworks Games. And no, this isn't part of their role-player universe. This isn't one big game like they usually put out. This is a small little card game called Fliptoons. I've recently reviewed this game. It is fantastic. It is a auto battler, if you will. If you think of Challengers, the game that won the Kennerspiel a few years ago, where you build a deck with some deck building elements, then you play cards randomly. You shuffle your cards and you play cards. That aspect is similar to Challengers. However, you're not fighting someone else or trying to beat someone else. In this game, you're building your own tableau. And so you're flipping these cards, and you're making 2 rows of 3. So you're flipping over 6 cards. These cards do all sorts of weird and wacky things. Some of them do them depending on what they're next to, which row they're in, which column they're in, which you can't control. So there's a little bit of like, it's a randomized game where you're building cards, you're trying to build combos with the cards you're building, but in the end, it's like a slot machine. You shuffle your deck, everything you bought last turn's in your deck, you're hoping that it's one of the 6 cards you brought up, you're trying to cull your deck so that you have only the good cards in there that combo together well with each other, and you're just trying to be there. It's a race to the first one to get 30 fame on any one round, then you play a final round, whoever has the most points there. There's a lot of luck in this game, but there's a lot of strategy too, and it's just fun. If you like auto battles, if you like deck builders, it's a quick sort of 20 to 30 minute deck builder that you don't take too seriously because there is a lot of luck. Funny things happen, but it is great. It's Fliptoons.
Number 1.
Now, before I get to my number 1, I want to let you know that just in the last week, I also came out with a top 10 most anticipated games. Now, those are games at Gencon that are releasing there. They're for sale, but they're ones that I have not yet played, and so I'm excited about them. That list tends to get more views in this video, which I never understand why, because these are ones I've actually played. But if you want to see 10 other games that I'm super excited about Gen Con, check that video out. My number 1 is a game that I have reviewed because I love the original game. It was originally called Panic on Wall Street. This new version is called Wolf Street. This is from Broadway Toys. They re-implemented this game. The designer did some things. In my review, I point out all the changes they've made. Pretty much all of them are good changes that make the game better. This game is awesome because there's 2 teams. You're either an investor or you are a buyer. A market, a person selling stock. And so a manager. And so the managers are trying to entice the investors to buy their stocks. But this all happens in a simultaneous yell as loud as you can, everyone at the same time, where everyone is telling everybody else, hey, how much can you buy this for? This is how much I want to buy this for. It's like Pit, but fun, as I say, or Pit with strategy, where everyone's yelling and screaming for like a minute, or maybe it's 2 minutes, one or the other. And you're trying to buy stocks, and then at the end, the dice roll. And some of the stocks are aggressive, some of them are very conservative, and you know that going in, which colors are which and which ones you're buying. So it's like real-time negotiation that's very intense for like a minute, and then you roll a dice and see what happens, make some money, pay off the person that you bought the stuff from, and you do this for multiple rounds. But they've improved the math, they've improved the way that some of the dice work, they've improved some of the rules, and this game at the end is really clever because one investor will win and one manager will win. So one from each side that they're playing. This is one of the most unique experience games ever. I'm glad it came back, and that's the reason why it's my number 1, because it is a fantastic game that I've been dying for it to come back, and it did. And I've recently reviewed it, so check that out. That is Wolf Street from Broadway Toys. Well, if this helped you learn about some games you might not have known about, or if you've heard some of these, learn a little bit more about them, and you can check out my reviews, because I reviewed most of these already, and you can see even more why I like it and see if it's for you. This has been the Game Boy Geek, breaking down barriers, growing relationships through board games by helping you find the next one you love. Game Toppers upgrades every game you play, being the one table to rule them all with Game Toppers, leg kits, dining covers, premium game mats, and more. In their 5.0 Kickstarter, they found a way to deflate prices to pre-pandemic levels without sacrificing their quality brand, and in some cases by $200, plus dropping the shipping price as much as 50%, saving another $100. Go to GameToppersLLC.com to late pledge now.